For the rendering of the objects, I basically have a 2-point light setup. You could do 3-point as well, but basically I have a fill light. The only thing I really adjusted on here is I've widened the cone angle, and if we hit 7 on the keyboard, we should be able to hopefully see that. If not, Arnold can be a bit tricky, so sometimes I'll click on the renderer and switch to Arnold directly in the viewport. So I'll just show you, I'll turn off Spotlight 1. Sorry, Spotlight 2. This is basically, I believe, my key light here. Usually I just adjust exposure as well. So if it turns out totally dark, just kind of dial this up until you can see what is there. The only downside I would say to using the viewport to render is that this is a higher resolution than you might be using if you hit IPR. And IPR will sort of stop that. So sometimes just for previews, it's good to just kind of have a small window. One other thing I recommend too is that if you are using IPR and you are in a slow machine, a lot of times I kind of go ultra low on this. So what I mean by that is I'll basically drop the resolution incredibly low. So if you are, like I said, on a very kind of old machine, let's say we drop the pixels, even this, because we're just looking at the exposure value, right? So I can even set these samples to basically 0. It'll look, potentially really grainy, but it doesn't matter, right? We're just evaluating exposure. So we drop that, get a decent exposure. I basically cloned the light and rotated it. By the way, if you're ever wanting to adjust lights, I'll turn this on again. So I just want a little bit of fill, so there's not, too much of a harsh shadow anywhere. So whichever one is your key light. I think I actually had it a bit backwards. I think this light might be my key and this is my fill. Yeah, so you can, give it a little bit of drama so we can kind of see some shadows, right? Some highlights of the specularity and the bump, right? So very useful. And that's about it for lighting. One other trick I wanted to show you. If you select your light and go to panels, look through selected, now you can aim your light directly at the objects you want. So that's another kind of useful option for lighting that I use all the time. Instead of messing with like rotating in world versus object, that can be helpful. So last bit here is to basically frame things up. I will set my camera anti-alias to 3. The defaults are pretty much okay. I'm going to enable adaptive sampling, which gives you higher quality sampling of finer areas. So anywhere where there's a bit more detail, it'll actually up the density of the pixels basically and the quality. So last step here is to basically get a full 4K render. So I'll go back into my common tab and essentially just switch this to full 1080. Okay, so there we should see, right, all our textures, they look good, and that would be enough. Just make sure again that you're framing things so that, what helps is maybe having the resolution gate mask enabled, so that way you get kind of the full view here of the render. By the way, IPR is ideal for previewing and testing, but you do want to hit the regular clacker board to get a true kind of full quality proper render. Okay. And once that's done, I'll basically just hit File and Save Image. And that's it.